Hey everybody, welcome to Getting Out of Your Own Way training series week 2. My name is Carly Conti. Most of you do know me, but for those of you who don't, I am a bronzer beautytainer with Tyra Beauty. I first want to say that I don't claim to be an expert in network marketing. I also don't claim to be an expert in Tyra Beauty Beautytainment. But what I do have are some things that helped me achieve the bronzer rank within our company within my first 3 months of joining, and this is my first time in direct sales. So I feel like I have a little bit to offer you guys. This is what has worked for me, and I'm excited to share it with you. What are we going to cover tonight? We're going to cover the compensation plan up to bling and bronzer. I don't want to talk about anything more advanced than my current rank. We're going to talk about consistency. We're going to talk about expanding your network. We're going to talk about why. Why? I'm sure you've heard that before. We're also going to talk about asking questions and getting out of your own way, which is the name of this series. Okay, so you're all signed up, you're enrolled, you've paid your enrollment fee, you've probably been added to a couple of groups, you've probably gotten a welcome from other beautytainers. We are like a family here. But to become a beautytainer and to be considered a beautytainer, you're going to need to get that initial 150 PV. Okay, so that's your qualifications to be considered a beautytainer. Now, you are going to make always a base pay of 25% of all your personal sales, but you're going to get a bonus if you do 500 in PV in 1 month, and that's going to be a 5% bonus. So you will be making 30% of $500 from your PV. Or if you sell 100 or 1,000 PV in a month, you're going to be making 35% of your personal volume. On top of that, if you enroll any other beautytainers, you are going to be making 3% of all of their sales. So that's going to be a nice little bonus for you. Okay, so after you are a beautytainer and you got that 150 in PV, you're going to want to, well, most people are going to want to rank up. And the next promotion in Tyra Beauty is a bling beautytainer. How do you become a bling beautytainer? Well, you're going to have 2 personally enrolled beautytainers. They're going to need to be active by getting that 150 PV that we talked about. And you yourself are going to have 250 in PV in 1 month. And there you go. You got your first promotion in Tyra Beauty. You become a bling beautytainer. And what does this do for you? It ups that first line, which are the people that you have enrolled, from 3% of all their sales, which you were previously making in commission as a beautytainer, to 5%. So you just gave yourself a little bit of a raise. And also you're going to be making between 25 and 35% of commission on your personal volume. Just like we talked about before, 25% is your base pay. And by hitting those bonuses, the PV bonuses, you can go up to 30 and 35%. So after you've made bling, I'm hoping that you go ahead and make another goal to become a bronzer beautytainer. Now, this is a leadership rank in Tyra Beauty. This is exclusive. It's super exciting. They start looking at you as a leader. And how do we get to bronzer beautytainer? Well, you're going to need, it's going to up from the bling from 250. You're going to now need 500 in PV in 1 month. You are going to need 4 active Beautytainers underneath you. And we all know the requirement for them to become active is 150 PV. Now, these are people that you have personally enrolled, okay? And now we're gonna start needing a personal team volume. You're going to need 4,000 in personal team volume. What's your personal team? That is everybody that you have enrolled and everybody that they've enrolled and then they have enrolled. I kind of outlined it for you in the purple, as you can see on my little chart there. So all those people together, you're going to need a 4,000 in PV, and they're going to be considered your personal team until somebody breaks off as a bronzer. But if you're the only bronzer, then every single person on the team is going to go towards that personal team volume. Okay? Now, again, another raise here. What are we going to get in commissions? Well, when you're a bronzer, you're going to be making 40% of all of your personal volume, another raise. So this is super exciting. If you in 1 month get 1,000 in PV, then you will be making a nice chunk of change of $400, and that's just on your PV. You're going to still get that 5% of your first line. Now that's everybody that you've enrolled, but now as a bronzer, you have unlocked commission on your personal team. Okay, so that's everybody that you have enrolled, the people that they've enrolled, and then the people that they've enrolled, and you're going to receive 5% of that. And here at the bronzer rank, you've also unlocked some bonuses. Now, these are super exciting. The first bonus is the max quarterly hookup profit share, and this, you're going to get 1 share as a bronzer Beautytainer, and this is any orders that have come in through the website of Tyra.com without a Beautytainer attached to it. The bronzer bonus can max out at $1,000. The number changes just depending on how many orders the website itself has received. And the second bonus that you're going to get is the $1,000 leadership consistency bonus. And you're going to get this bonus after maintaining the rank of bronzer for 4 months. So, for example, I hit bronzer in April. I have maintained it in May, June, and now July. So in the beginning of August, when we get paid, I'm going to receive that $1,000 leadership consistency bonus. I'm not going to go any further in our comp plan because, like I said, I don't have experience above bronzer quite yet. But I will say that the number of shares for the max quarterly hookup, that goes up with each rank. So it maxes out all the way up the ranking, the ranks. And also the leadership consistency bonus is something you're going to get at every level for maintaining. So that number is going to jump. And you're going to get that every time you consistently keep a rank for 4 months. And just a little note that max quarterly hookup profit share is paid out 4 times a year. So every 3 months, you're going to be receiving that. I just wanted to remind you of a couple of things. So there we have it, a couple of things to remember. You only have control of yourself, okay? So you're gonna wanna make those sales. We're in the direct selling business. If you're a Beautytainer, you could be making either $37.50 a month, and that's just by staying active, getting that 150 PV that we talked about, or you could be making $350, okay? And that's by getting those 2 PV bonuses that we talked about earlier. Now, this is just off your personal volume. Could you sell more than that? Absolutely. But this is all up to you, all right? We're in a direct selling business. The key word here, selling. Learn how to sell these products and teach your team to do the same. There is a difference between maintaining and maximizing your income. And I think we're all here to absolutely maximize our income. In this next slide, I have put a quote on there, and it says, "Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of applying basic fundamentals." So basically what that's saying is success is not going to just come to you. This isn't a matter of luck, okay? This is going to, success is going to happen naturally when you work hard and you apply the things that you have learned. And to learn those things, you're going to have to make an effort. So you will find success when you start working. Consistency is not something that I take very lightly. It's very important for me and has been since day one to stay consistent with my business. I do listen to a lot of other leaders within this industry and with other companies. I have a lot of friends in the direct selling industry, people who are successful, and I always ask them, if you could tell me one thing or one piece of advice to hold on to and to help me succeed in this industry, what would it be? And they always reply with consistency. So I just think that's so important. And why that is because you're trying to build excitement with your network about the products and the opportunity, okay? So you want to get people excited about taking this opportunity, changing their life. You want to get people excited about the products we have to offer. I mean, they obviously are excited. But if you're not consistent with people, they're going to think, and that's going to translate that you're not excited about what you do or the products that you use. And if you aren't excited, why in the heck should they be? It doesn't make sense. So you're going to remain consistent. This is the most important thing. Okay, so I just told you to stay consistent, but what am I supposed to stay consistent with? Well, there are a couple things that you need to stay consistent with. 1, selling. 2, building a team. 3, marketing. And 4, personal development. I have a little note down here. It says, in the next couple of slides, I will be giving examples of all these bullet points. But remember, just like everything else with your business, this is your business. It is your responsibility to learn how to do them by doing research or asking your upline. This is something I'm going to cover later in the slides, but asking questions, asking people how to do it. There's a lot of free resources offered by Tyra Beauty that you can take advantage of to educate yourself and train yourself on how to do these things. So let's start with selling, okay? How do we sell Tyra Beauty products, okay? We're going to host virtual and in-home parties. I know sometimes we have some trainings done where they hold faux tie-over shows. The next one that comes up, if you have not been a part of it or are not trained on it, I highly encourage you to take advantage of that. I'll tell you right now that there was one hosted and it was a faux show and it was by a silver Beautytainer. And I took an entire Saturday to just go ahead and train myself on how to do that because I knew it was such a big aspect of so many different things. Now, these virtual parties, people think that they're only there to make sales and to get those sales. No, if you have one of your friends host a party, then they're going to invite their network of friends. And throughout the party, you're going to get their information, try to get a friend request. Maybe they can like your business page. On top of that, you're going to get experience. So I definitely learn how to do those, and they can be a big part of your business. Don't shy away from those. I know I did in the beginning, and I handicapped myself. You don't want to do that. You're going to want to do in-home parties. So figure out how to do those. Ask somebody. You're going to always have some cash and carry on you. Now, this is great if you are out and about and you start having a conversation with somebody and you know what, they want to try the 2-minute tie over right now. Well, great thing, because you have a 2-minute tie over on you and they can just pay you cash and there you go. You've made your commission as well because you got that 25% discount. You're going to want to wear your product, at least one item whenever you leave the house, okay? So I don't care if you don't feel like putting on your brows or your eyeshadow or your mascara, throw on an I'm Glossy. Be a product of the product. Compliment women on their makeup. Now, this is a great way to strike up a conversation with a stranger, and people love compliments. I know I do. Okay, so you can even ask them questions like, I love your eyebrows. Is that menage a brow? And not only are they going to be flattered, but they're probably not going to have menage a brow on their eyebrows, and they're going to ask you, what is that? And that's a great starting point for a conversation about Tyra Beauty. Always have a 2-minute kit on you just in case. I think I talked about this, but in more regard, it can be a used one, and you can open up and give those quick tie-over show, one-on-one, introduce people to it, show them the value and what you have to offer them. You're going to connect with local salons. This can be absolutely fabulous for you. Since we're such a new brand, I'm sure most salons have not even heard of Tyra Beauty, and this is something that you can present to them and present to them in a way where they can make extra money. Now, I would definitely say to learn more from your upline about approaching these salons, but definitely, put that on your to-do list of things to do, because it can be great for your PV and an easy way to keep your PV up. Make sure you're getting contact information from these people. So if you are out and about and, you're talking to somebody, the lady that you complimented on her eyebrows, figure out a way to, get her in your network. Ask her to like your beauty page on Facebook. Offer them something valuable in exchange. Maybe get their contact information and say, I'd love to give you a free makeover. Can you add me on Facebook? Something like that. Keep your customers loyal by following up. Ask them how they like the product after they receive that. Ask them if they have any questions and send them a handwritten thank you card. Okay, this is extremely important. Think about how you feel valued after you purchase something. I love, I'll check the tracking, because you can check that all on your backstage of a shipment to a customer. And after I know they've received it and have it for a couple days, I love to ask them, how's it working for you? Don't you love it? I love to know if they have any questions, especially if they buy something like the Beyond Insanely Ginormous Lashes. They might, not know how to use it, and you definitely don't want them thinking that it's an irritant or it clumps just because maybe they haven't applied it correctly. And you can, there's videos available. You can tell them the correct method, anything like that. And then the next thing is send a handwritten thank you card. This is so important. I know I've done this since day one. Since the first time I've made a sale, I have sent a thank you card, and this is really easy to do. Like I said, you can get the addresses from your backstage and you can send something, and most people are just receiving in the mail bills, so it's a nice little change up for them, and it makes them feel special. I know I love it when I receive a handwritten thank you card. So really consider doing something like that, because that's a great way to keep your customers loyal, keep them coming back to you, making them want to buy Tyra Beauty instead of Sephora. Create a VIP group for loyal clients and have special sales for them. Offer bulk orders to save on shipping. Do giveaways and invite people into this group. Nobody likes to be added without consent. Okay, so maybe make a group on Facebook. This is something you can definitely ask your upline how to do if you don't know how. And there's different ways to offer bulk sales and or bulk orders to save on shipping and do sales. There's fun games you can do. This is going to keep people engaged. They're going to feel special. Then the last part of that, it says nobody likes to be added without consent. So do you like to be added to a group? Some people might not mind, but most people I have found don't like it. And this is a mistake I made in the beginning. I started adding people to a group of mine, and it didn't get a lot of engagement. So I decided I'm going to make a smaller group, very exclusive, and make invitation, saying something like, you know what, you have been a loyal customer, or maybe you've only purchased from me once in the past, but you don't need to say that I wanted to invite you into an exclusive group that I created where I'm going to be offering VIP discounts. Okay, if you use the word VIP, once again, just like people love receiving compliments, people love to feel important. And what does VIP mean? Very important person. Okay, so this is a great tool to utilize, keep people engaged. I definitely recommend it. And to learn more about that, ask your sponsor, upline, another Beautytainer, something of that nature. Okay, so that's how you're going to sell your products. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to remain consistent with is building a team. Okay, now you can make a couple $100 extra a month by, just moving some Tyra Beauty product, selling some Tyra Beauty product. But to really start making this a career or a very profitable job or what have you, is to start building a team. Okay, and there are different things you can do to build a team. Okay, so you're going to have to reach out to people, and I would suggest contacting at least 3 people per day and sharing the opportunity. And you can do this via Facebook Messenger, text, in person, or on the phone. Okay, so there are different ways of doing this. Some are spammy, some are not. You can definitely ask your upline or your sponsor, hey, how would you reach out to somebody about the opportunity? Now, in the beginning, I definitely had to reach out to people, and I would say to stay consistent with reaching out to people. A lot of people are not going to come to you about the opportunity, although they've been thinking about it. So go ahead, plant that seed, and don't be afraid of them telling you no. It's okay. It means maybe later. You're going to utilize your upline for closing. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't know how to do it well, but sometimes your upline may have more information and may feel a little bit more confident because they've been doing this a little bit longer about talking to the opportunity with somebody. On top of that, sometimes people know us too well, and hearing it from somebody else that they might not know might hold more value with them. They might be able to hear something when they've said the exact same thing as you that they weren't able to hear before. Okay, so definitely utilize your upline for closing somebody who you might have been working on for a while that just is on the fence about the opportunity. You can say, you know what? I want you to talk to Carly. She just knows so much about this industry and about Tyra Beauty, and I think she would be able to answer your questions in a very great way. You're going to take advantage of the BYOBs. Now, they can be in person or on the phone. They're available. HQ offers them sometimes. And this is just a way to have your upline, again, close somebody on the opportunity. You can invite a group of people to a phone call. I know that there's a lot of events going on right now, so I would highly suggest finding one local to you, grabbing your friends and going. Now, don't be afraid, even if you don't know much about Tyra Beauty. The person who's hosting the BYOB does, so let them do this for you. Just get the people on the phone or to the location where the BYOB is being held. Okay. Share on social media about our growing business, Tyra Beauty and industry, network marketing. Okay. I share different things to legitimize the industry, and I found that this attracts people into it because a lot of people have some thoughts in their head about our industry, and that's okay. I know I did. I referred to it as a pyramid scheme. So you're going to go ahead and want to share things to change their thought process, change their outlook on the industry, okay? And following up. A lot of times it has been said that the fortune is in the follow. Maybe you had contacted your 3 people per day about a month ago. One of them expressed a little bit of interest, but she just never pulled the trigger. She never joined Tyra Beauty. Well, follow up with her. Say, hey, Jessica, I'm still thinking about you. I cannot stop thinking about you, and I just think that you would be fabulous at this. Where do we stand? So follow up with these people. Okay, so the next thing I want you to stay consistent with is marketing. Now, this is posting on your social media, whatever social media outlet that may be. I am referring to Facebook in particular, but you can Twitter, Instagram, etc. But this is posting on your personal and business pages about you can post before and after pictures. This can be a new product release. This can be just anything related to the opportunity or the product, and you're going to want to consistently post on that. You're going to talk about Tyra Banks and her relevance. Now, something that we seriously have as an advantage here in Tyra Beauty, as opposed to other direct selling companies, is we have a well-known and very well-liked CEO. Now, I have definitely taken advantage of this, and I definitely think you should do the same. I would post different things, she's doing, find out what Tyra Banks is doing, post about it. She's been doing a lot of different activities lately, and you can post about that. You can, talk about how awesome your CEO is. And I really believe that people are attracted to that. The next thing that you can do is welcome new team members on your personal page or congratulate your team members on successes. Now, I've talked about before legitimizing Tyra Beauty, legitimizing network marketing as an industry. And sometimes people are attracted to things that, people have done before them. So if you can show people that other people are, taking faith in you and the industry and Tyra Banks by taking this opportunity and welcoming them on your personal page, then other people, might believe in you too. They just need to see other people do it before them. They're going to follow after that. Another thing, like I said, is congratulate your team members on successes. This is a valuable tool that you can do. It shows that you are recognizing your people. You have people underneath you. So it not only, goes well with your market, but it also strengthens the way your person who's receiving this success or achieving this success and receiving this recognition, it can show their market that this is really working for them. So definitely something to take advantage of. Post videos relating to the opportunity. I've definitely done videos talking about Tyra Banks' story. I've talked about, why you should take this opportunity. I've definitely done that. You can also post Tyra Banks, like I've said in a previous slide. She made a why she created Tyra Beauty. You can post things like that. You can post tutorials on our line. So basically that is, you can make a video of you putting on the eyes in a stick, post that. It shows your market how you're doing it. You can do your entire makeup. You can go live. This is something I didn't bullet point it here, but live videos are amazing for your business because people feel like they know you when they come into a live video. If you haven't seen somebody since high school and you're engaging with them online, especially if you're remembering things about them that you've seen on their wall, you can say that during the live video. And this makes people feel special. And you can also show them the value of our line and the different products that you're applying. So it's just a win-win-win. And I've also in the past posted reasons why I love Tyra Beauty, or I've done like my top 3 when summer was emerging. For example, I posted a video on my top 3 favorite products, and this narrowed down the options. And sometimes, if you do a top 3 favorite products, people see those things and there's not an entire line to choose from. You're basically making the decision for them. So this is something that has worked for me in the past, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. So videos, definitely do videos. And I know you're going to be afraid of them at first. I can tell you right now that it took me, I think, 8 hours to post my absolute first video with Tyra Beauty. But the more you do it, the more comfortable it's going to be. It's just like anything else. So if you're afraid, push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Refer back to that why, which we've covered. Why are you doing this? Maybe it will give you the courage to do something like a video, which, like I said, is a very valuable and powerful tool. So the next thing is if you receive Tyra mail for cash and carry or for personal use, you can post a picture of that. It's just another way of posting on social media, but you can do hashtag Tyra mail. And this shows everybody that you have some products on hand and you're really ready to get it into their hands. The next thing is share the success of other people in our company and other people in this industry. Now, this is something that can, like I said, I keep saying this, but it's very valuable. If you show that people are succeeding and that their lives are changing because they decided to take an opportunity with Tyra Beauty, then that really resonates with other people, okay? I know that seeing the success of other people in this industry is a big part of the reason that I myself decided to be a part of it. And if you show that, people are achieving things, then other people are going to want to be a part of it. And I also encourage you to share your own successes, no matter how big or small they are. You receive your first paycheck. Talk about how you are spending that money. Show people, hey, I'm earning money with my stay-at-home makeup business, and I'm able to purchase things that maybe you weren't able to purchase before that. So definitely always share the success of not only yourself, but other people. This is something that can be very, very powerful. The next thing is show the value of this product and opportunity to their own lives. Think about what you would like to see and what would create value for you. Okay, so sometimes we overthink what we're posting. I want you to think about what would be attractive for you. When you've purchased makeup in the past, what made you come to that conclusion? What was posted? What type of content? What kind of marketing did you see? Think about what was valuable to you and reproduce that. Just show people the value in it. I would definitely, like I said, refer back to how you feel and what makes you buy and reproduce that. I just repeated it myself. Sorry about that. This next thing is brand yourself as the makeup girl or the Tyra Beauty girl. Now, this is, something that happens by being consistent, but you can post everything, memes, like funny things, make people laugh with your posts. This is something that's just going to establish over time by remaining consistent. I can tell you right now that I have definitely done a good job branding myself, because a lot of times people will private message me or text message me or tag me in something that is makeup related or boss related or, something of that nature. And that's because I've branded myself. So when they see something, a funny meme about makeup or a shirt that says, all I need is coffee and makeup, people show me these things. And I am so complimented by that. And it makes people build a trust in you. So when they think of makeup, they think of you, and they're going to want to use what you're using and take your recommendations, which is great because you're going to recommend to them Tyra Beauty. Network online and in person. Now, you can absolutely join. Okay, first of all, You can join different groups that you may be interested in and start socializing in those groups. I know that I have joined a Phoenix Mommies group, and I didn't go in there with guns a-blazing and start talking about Tyra Beauty, but I just introduced myself as another mom. And from that, I think I received like 6 or 7 friend requests. If you're interested in swimming, maybe join a group about swimming, gymnastics, anything, and just expand your market and make friends online. Furthermore, you can join meetup groups, which I think I'm going to talk about in later slides, but so I'll leave that at that. And legitimizing our industry, which I have talked about many, many, many times. There's different things I will, like right now, for example, Sir Richard Branson, most people know who he is, and most people associate with him. He's branded himself and proven himself as the entrepreneur, okay? So Eric Worre, which is an ambassador for the network marketing profession, is interviewing Sir Richard Branson on Sir Richard Branson's views on our industry, and a lot of people respect Richard Branson. So when I'm sharing that he absolutely, there's this interview coming up, so I'm really pumping it up on my personal page. And this is showing my market that Sir Richard Branson has an extraordinary belief in what we do as a profession. This is legitimizing our industry. There are so many different ways that you can legitimize our industry, and that's an example of doing it. And this can be a very, very powerful tool. Okay, so now we've come on personal development. I may think that this is the most important part of success in network marketing. I may not, but I guess you'll never know. So personal development, make your what list. Now, piggybacking off of week 1 of training that Amanda did, she talked about the Getting Started guide, which is in your Tyra U in your backstage. It's a part of the training, and it's where you make your list of your prospects, of people who you are going to approach about the opportunity. Now, we talked about approaching people when, 3 people a day, when we were going over the building a team slide. So you should always have a list going, and it should be an ever-growing list of people, anybody you have ever known in your entire life. It could be your mailman. It could be the lady at the post office who, always takes your packages when maybe you're sending out stuff. Like, I don't care who it is. It could be your aunt's best friend. Put the people on your list. Don't ever leave anybody off of it. And this list should be constantly growing. And maybe a little bonus tip is, if you've reached out to somebody and they told you no, keep them on your list. Like I said before, it means maybe later. And you can take notes about what conversation you guys had, next to a certain name. Maybe you can take notes on what they're posting about on their social media, and you can bring this up in later conversation. So make your what list. You really shouldn't be doing anything else until you have this list. And it's put on personal development because it should be constantly evolving. Something that I do almost every single day, I have not been as good about it lately, but my business was more effective when I did, is to write a to-do list every single day. Okay. I don't care how big or small your tasks are, but make a list. I usually do mine the night before, of a list of the things I'm going to do and focus on tomorrow. It could be post, these 2 things. It could be follow up with this person tomorrow. It could be, go to the post office. Make a list of what you're going to do. If you're planning on reading 2 chapters out of your book the next day, write it down, because then the next day you can cross it off your list as something that you've achieved something. It's great. And it'll be an effective way of getting things done, getting organized, etc. The next thing on personal development is talk to your upline weekly. Now, that's the very minimal, especially in the beginning. You should be talking to your upline, making appointments with them, having a list of questions prepared for your sponsor or your upline or whoever you feel comfortable talking with every week. You should be talking to them, because when you first start, you really don't know a lot about the industry or what you're doing, and talking to them can keep you, stabilized in what you're doing. They can give you a list of things to do. They can answer your questions, and they can really help you out. So definitely stay in contact, stay plugged in. The next thing kind of ties into this is asking for help. Now, like I said before, I definitely didn't know about this industry or how to work my Tyra Beauty biz before I signed up, or even right after I signed up. So always be asking for help, and don't be afraid to. You can post the questions in the groups that you've been added to. You can message somebody about it. You can even ask another Beautytainer. But if you don't know how to do something, make sure you're asking for help. Developing a why, which is something that we will be going over in the next couple of slides. This is really important, and make sure it's constantly growing. Take advantage of the training calls offered by headquarters. Now, I know that for some reason, a lot of people don't do this, at least in my personal team. And these are very valuable resources offered and put together by our headquarters. These are things that are going to, a lot of the times they'll interview or talk to somebody who's pretty successful in the Tyra Beauty business, and they're offering tips on what they do to keep their business successful, or what they did initially to have a successful business. Now, take advantage of these. Take advantage of them. Listen in, dial in. And like Amanda went over in week 1, also in your backstage, it shows a list of replay. If you can't make the time slot, then make sure you're going back and you're listening to what's new and what's going on, and, what different people are doing to be successful. So take advantage of those. Read books. Okay. So I love this, and this goes into developing your vision and giving you ideas on how to work your business. So I listed a couple there: GoPro, Beach Money, Girl Code. These are all going to, like I said, develop your vision, and they're going to be a strong part of personal development, which is going to keep you grounded and keep you moving forward. And watch YouTube videos about makeup. So different things about makeup, and that'll help you become more knowledgeable on makeup, or videos that help you build a belief in our industry. This is basically the same as reading a book. It's just another way. There are so many free resources out there of people who have been successful in our industry who want to help other people do the same. Now, I can tell you right now that I am obsessed with Eric Worre's YouTube channel. He posts at least a weekly video, and he gives a lot of tips on how he made personally millions of dollars in this industry. And he also does interviews of people who have also made millions of dollars in the industry. And I love to watch those to not only develop a belief in our industry and develop my vision, but on top of that, you can study their behavior, see what these people are doing, see what other successful people are doing, and you can recreate that. So I can't talk enough about these YouTube videos and books. And like I said before, develop your vision. And you're going to develop your vision by doing all the things listed on this slide. So I definitely touched a little bit on expanding your network in some previous slides. I want to go a little bit more in depth. Couple bullet points. You are in the friend collecting business now. You all know how to make friends, so just keep this in mind. You are trying to make friends with people, okay? And I want you to think about something. When people like you, they're going to want to support your business. And just try and make as many friends as possible on in an accelerated way, at an accelerated rate. Okay, so join groups that you have genuine interest in and start interacting with people with similar interests. You do not necessarily need to bring up Tyra. In time, your new friends will start asking questions about you. Now, I definitely touched on this in the last slide. Join those Facebook groups. Furthermore, to piggyback off my story about my mommy's group, I got those friend requests, and then I was actually invited to a little gathering that they were having, and we went and we painted a canvas. It was like one of those sip and paint activities, and because I had been friends with these people on Facebook, and because I never brought up Tyra, they were very interested in basically surrounding me and asking me multiple questions about what I do, about Tyra Beauty in general. And furthermore, one of the girls decided that she wanted to host a Tyra Beauty event. So exciting. So actually, on the last day of this month, I'm having a bunch of moms, mind you, people I've never met before, coming over to my house, and we are going to be doing makeup and mimosas. Okay, so use meetup.com, and once again, attend groups or meetings that you have genuine interest in. This is just an example, but there is a website called meetup.com where you can choose groups that you are interested in. There's yoga, there's cooking, whatever. And these people usually meet up on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Show up, maybe bring a local friend with you. These are usually free events that you can go to just to meet new people. And like I said in bullet point 1, you're in the friend collecting business, and you don't necessarily have to go there with the mindset of you're going to bring up Tyra Beauty, but get them in your network, expand your network, meet new people. The next thing is rekindle old relationships by commenting on photos on Facebook, send a text message, wish someone a happy birthday. There are so many people that I haven't talked to or seen since high school that I now have a stronger relationship with than I did before I started network marketing. And this, I can tell you right now, and this may seem silly, but I genuinely like somebody more when they comment on a picture of my daughter and tell me she's cute. Okay. And that's just, I think, how the brain works. And, that's an example. If your friends have kids, comment, like it, interact with them, ask them questions, things like that. Just get back on their radar. You can send a text message to people that you haven't talked to in a long time. Tell them you're thinking about them. Once again, Tyra Beauty does not have to be at the forefront, but just establish that relationship, rekindle that relationship. And another example I have for you is wishing somebody a happy birthday. I don't do this every single day because sometimes I forget, but if I was referring back to my list, which we just talked about on the last slide, I would put on my to-do list, on the first thing, wish everybody on my friends list a happy birthday. Now, you can find this by going into your events tab, and you can see the birthdays, and just go in there. It takes 2 seconds. Wish them a happy birthday. Think about, once again, how you feel when somebody writes happy birthday on your timeline. It's a nice gesture. Do the same for other people. Get back on their radar. And the last bullet point, it says, figure out ways to get on people's radar. I think I've given you plenty of examples. There's many more examples, and I'm sure you're going to learn those yourself or come up with them, but I'm going to say it again. Sorry. Get on people's radar. And here's a little tip I put at the bottom. Think of yourself like a magnet. You want people to be attracted to you. You want them to want what you use, which is the product, and do what you do to take an opportunity with Tyra Beauty. Also, people are ultimately going to buy from you because they like you and want to support you. Put yourself in the prospect's shoes. Why do you buy something, or why did you ultimately take this opportunity? Reproduce that. I know some of this is repetitive, but maybe that just means it's important if it keeps coming up. Just literally, and I'm going to go further on this by talking about the content that you post. Now, I'm not telling you that you cannot post your political views, because you can do whatever you want to do. It's your Facebook. But think about, if you have a certain view, then you could be cutting your market in half by 50%, because some people might not agree with you, and they might remember you by the things that you post or the content that you post. Anybody who's friends with me on Facebook knows that every single day I post something very, very positive. People are attracted to positivity. Nobody wants to be in a negative mindset. So that is my way of being a magnet, attracting people into my life. If maybe they're struggling and they see that my life has evolved into a place of positive thinking, then maybe they're going to want to do what I do. Okay? So just think about that when expanding your network. Okay, so now we are going to talk about your why. I'm sure this is something that maybe you have or have not, so I guess I'm not sure, but this is something that is thrown around a lot in our industry, and it's called your why. And I'm going to talk about your why and why it's important. In order to stay fully connected and committed to our business, we must focus on our vision or reason why before we can focus on the how. Successful people always focus on the end results, while others get stuck on how they will get there. One of the most important exercises you can do as you begin your business is to identify your reason why. Ask yourself, what is driving you emotionally to develop a successful business? Your why is your long-term vision for success. How can you know the route to take if you don't know where you're going? Let me ask you a few questions. If time and money were no issue, how would your life look? Where would you live? What would you drive? What would you do with your time? Would you have any debt? In other words, will a successful business do for your life, your family's life, and your lifestyle? What will it do for that? I want you to clearly define and write down, key phrase, write down why you're doing this business. If you're new, this is a perfect exercise for you. If you've been in this business for a while, it's a great time to revisit your reason why, as it can evolve over time. What's the big picture here? Why did you join Tyra Beauty? Why are you doing this? The more specific, the more powerful it will be. Make it compelling so it causes you to find the time, face your fears, and persevere. Okay, we've talked about this a little bit over this training. Is it to have a college fund for your children, to pay off debt, buy your dream home, become more self-reliant? Are you funding your retirement? Okay, these are all examples of reasons why someone may be doing this business. Some more about our why. Your why is going to keep you going when you just feel like you can't anymore. And a big part of this business is not giving up. It's something that you can always refer back to when you feel like, you can't give away a mascara. Nobody just wants to buy. You feel like you can't do this, or, your upline has suggested something that just scares the crap out of you. Well, maybe if you think about why you're doing this, and your reason why is for you, then maybe you will get the courage to overcome that fear. And at the end, it says a big part of this business is not giving up. I mean, a lot of people give up, and that's why a lot of people don't succeed in this industry. But if you just never do that by referring back to your why, you can go to big places. This needs to be something very personal and dear to you. I think I've covered that. It just, it needs to mean something to you. It needs to be well thought out. Your why is going to constantly evolve. I know that mine has. It might start for a couple reasons. Just one reason in the beginning, you just liked Tyra Beauty. That's your why on day one. And it will evolve into different things. Not only is your why for you, but this is something that we can share with our prospects. Chances are some of the content in your why will resonate with people, and they'll be able to see themselves as a beautytainer. If you think about, or if you have seen it, There is a video that Tyra Banks created, and it's her why she created Tyra Beauty. I know I've shared that video with a lot of other people, and they could relate on very deep levels. Some exactly, some just a little bit, but what she was talking about and what her emotions were and how those were perceived were a reason why some of the people I've had join my business made that decision. So definitely keep this for yourself, but this is something that you can share with other people, what it has done for your life. I know I share my why, tidbits of my whys every day almost on social media. I talk about why I'm doing this business, what it has done for my life. It's a great thing to have. Okay, ladies, just for example purposes, this is the short version, as it states in the slide, of my why. Okay, I, like so many people my age, have been searching for what my career path is, and for most of my adult life. So I've been doing this forever. I just couldn't find exactly what I wanted to do. I've had some great ideas, but nothing has ever really spoken to me until I found Tyra Beauty. I love everything about this. I love the friendships, the fun, how my confidence is increasing in a drastic way, helping to change the lives of other women, and the ability to make an unlimited income. I have dealt with so much adversity in my life that I am surprised that I'm still here fighting. It's getting real deep. I know that sounds sad, but this has given me a purpose. Tyra Beauty has given me something that is mine. I have always thought myself to be very capable, and this is a way of putting those capabilities into action. I want to prove to the world that I can. I want to prove to myself that I can, and then I want to help other women do the same exact thing. So my why, some would consider very deep. This is the short version. I could talk about what I love about Tyra Beauty or this industry and why I do it every day, but it's just given me so much. It's given me so much. And every time I want to give up, because that does happen a lot, I refer back to it. This is my career. I've made a decision. This has changed my life. This has helped me face my fears. It's amazing. So develop your why, ladies. Okay, so I know this next slide may seem very basic, but I feel like it needs to be covered because I don't have a lot of people that ask questions, and I have realized the people that do ask questions are the people that are usually serious about their business and the people that want to learn. So what have I written down here? Children learn by asking questions. Students learn by asking questions. New recruits learn by asking questions. Innovators understand client needs by asking questions. It's the simplest and most effective way of learning. People who think that they know it all no longer ask questions. Why should they? Brilliant thinkers never stop asking questions because they know that this is the best way to gain deeper insights. So from the very beginning, you should be asking questions. And like I said, I know this seems very basic, but it's just a nice little reminder for everybody because it's not something I've seen a lot of. And when you don't ask questions, I sometimes wonder, because I definitely will always ask questions because I think that the more minds that I can get inside of my head and the more ideas, the better the one idea can be, or the better I can the better Beautytainer I can be, the better, the more I can produce, the quality of my production. So definitely constantly ask questions because the bottom line is most of us, if not all of us, don't know how to do this. And so what I've written down at the bottom is look at this like a paid internship or like going to college, but getting paid while going to college. So with that being said, when you're in an internship and you're going to college, you're learning something, and you're usually, if not all the time, you're not going to get paid while doing so. So nobody knows how to do this. And the day they decide to become a network marketer, so nobody knows how to do this the day they become, obviously this is just repeating myself. You are learning how to do this, but getting paid while you are learning and developing as a professional. And the only way to learn is to ask questions, either to other successful beautytainers or your upline. Nobody is going to just know what you need to learn. So It's your responsibility to let people know where you're at, what you need to learn, and ask them the questions so they can answer this for you. Okay, so in closing, the name of this series is Getting Out of Your Own Way, and I prepared a slide just to give you some things to think about. I'm here to remind you that you took a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not just with this growing industry like network marketing, but with Tyra Beauty. This is just the beginning, and you get to be a part of it, okay? So somehow you were exposed to Tyra Beauty, and we are the beginning, okay? We're in the beginning stages. By the time 4 years from now, everybody knows what Tyra Beauty is. It's a household name. You're going to know that you were a part of spreading the awareness about our company, okay? And you were lucky enough to be exposed to this at this time. I know it seems like we're surrounded by Tyra Beauty Beautytainers and everybody knows what it is, but the bottom line is, at this point of where we're at, most people haven't heard of Tyra Beauty yet. Most of our country hasn't heard of Tyra Beauty. So you get to be a part of that, which gives you an even greater opportunity to rack in those bank signs and grow your business. So just remember that. Another thing is, you can do this, okay? You can. If you succeed in this business, that's all going to rely solely on what you did, which is awesome. But if you fail, that's also going to be entirely because of you. That's not because of network marketing. You can't blame network marketing because there are a ton of people who succeed in it. This is going to rely on you. It's not going to be because of your upline, okay? So just remember that going forward. If you take this as your responsibility, maybe you're going to put a little bit more into it. Build a belief in yourself and in this business. I'm here to tell you, believe in yourself and success is all yours. I will always be the one to talk about that. If you are constantly developing your vision and it's evolving, then you are going to be successful. Okay, so do things like personal development to build a belief in yourself and in this industry and in Tyra Beauty itself. Okay, this next one, so important. Take responsibility for your business. Do what you need to do to learn. Build a belief. Your upline is there for you to guide you, but they cannot do the work for you. Okay, so reiterating a couple of the bullet points before, this is your responsibility. Stop giving yourself reasons why you can't and start giving yourself reasons why you can. That's, some positive thinking for you. Don't even focus on the reasons why you can't. Get those out of your mind and combat those with the things that you can do, the things that you're good at, and do those things. I also want to remind you that if you are smart enough to take this opportunity, you have everything it takes to make this a lucrative and enjoyable business. Stop questioning that. You made this decision. I'm here to tell you that you can do this and you took this opportunity. Now go ahead and be a successful beautytainer. Do the things that you need to do, take responsibility, ask questions, etc. Furthermore, if you took time to watch this entire training, then you're doing something you need to do, which means you are on the fast track to success. Okay, so I would classify watching this training as a part of personal development, and I may or may not believe that that is the single most important aspect of network marketing. But you're here, you're absorbing this information, you wanted to learn. Give yourself a little bonus point. And I put a little quote down here again, believe in yourself and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. So you have half the job done after you start building your beliefs. So hit hard on that personal development, believe in yourself, and you only have 50% of the way to go. Seriously. I'm not joking. So thank you for being a part of week 2 of Getting Out of Your Own Way. I really appreciate it. I'm really flattered that you took the time to join and get out there and build your business, okay? You are awesome.